All right, let's pull back the curtain on one of the most powerful and secretive forces in the digital world, zero-day vulnerabilities. You're about to see a hidden arms race, one that's fought with lines of code, but trust me, its consequences are very, very real.
And no, that is not science fiction. Back in 2010, this incredibly sophisticated computer worm called Stuxnet was unleashed. It was armed with 4 different zero-day exploits, and it secretly wiggled its way into Iran's nuclear facilities. And what did it do? It spun their centrifuges so fast and so violently that they literally tore themselves apart. Think about that. A physical attack launched by a digital ghost.
So that's got to make you wonder, right? How on earth can something as intangible as code, how can it reach out and just destroy physical machinery? How does an email, a website, or a simple USB stick become a weapon that can break actual things in the real world?
Well, the answer lies in a very special kind of digital weapon. It's one that's totally invisible to all of our defenses, because technically, no one even knows it exists yet.
And this is the absolute key to the whole thing, a zero-day vulnerability. The best way to think about it is like a secret tunnel into a secure castle that only the attacker knows about. The people who built the castle, they have no idea it's even there. The name really says it all. The developer has had 0 days to patch the hole because they are completely in the dark.
And that's really what makes a zero-day so much more dangerous than a normal bug. See, a normal bug is a known enemy. We see it, we build a defense, patch, and we send it out. But a zero-day, it's a totally different beast. There is no patch, because how can you possibly fix a problem you don't even know you have? All of our defenses are just looking the other way.
Okay, so let's get into the mechanics of this. How does an attacker actually find and use one of these secret flaws before anyone else has a clue?
This timeline is absolutely critical to understand. First, an attacker finds the flaw. Then they build a tool, that's the exploit, to take advantage of it. And then they launch their attack. All of this happens completely in secret. The clock for the good guys only starts on day 0. That's the moment the company finally figures out what's going on. But by then, the damage is already done.
And this is just staggering. That secret tunnel we talked about, it doesn't just stay open for a few days or weeks. On average, an undiscovered zero-day can be used by an attacker for nearly 7 years before anyone else finds it. Let that sink in. That's a 7-year head start.
Now, a secret that valuable, well, it doesn't stay secret for free. These vulnerabilities have become commodities. They're bought and sold in a shady, high-stakes global market. There are basically 3 places you can sell one of these digital skeleton keys. You've got the white market, where good guy researchers sell them to companies so they can be fixed. Then there's the black market, where criminals buy them to make money. But the biggest, most profitable one is the gray market. That's where governments and intelligence agencies go shopping for these exploits to use for spying and cyber warfare.
And this chart just says it all, doesn't it? The entire market for finding and fixing bugs is just completely dwarfed by the market for finding and weaponizing them. We're talking about a world where it is far, far more profitable to sell a flaw as a weapon than it is to sell it as a warning. It's not even close.
And here's the really chilling conclusion from that same RAND study. These things aren't just tools for superpowers anymore. They are out there, they are available, and they are affordable for basically any determined attacker, whether that's a nation-state, a criminal group, or anyone else.
Okay, so this leads us to this massive dilemma, especially for governments who are, the biggest players in this gray market. It's a problem that pretty much fuels the entire market. When you find a powerful, secret flaw, what do you do with it?
This is the crucial choice they have to make. On one hand, a government can stockpile the vulnerability, right? Keep it secret as an offensive weapon for themselves. Or they can disclose it so a patch can be made, protecting everyone. The problem is that means giving up their weapon. And hoarding it leaves everyone vulnerable, including your own country. Just look at what happened with the NSA's own exploit, Eternal Blue. It got leaked, and then it was used in the devastating WannaCry attacks that spread all over the world.
Now this is what's supposed to happen. It's called responsible disclosure. A researcher finds a flaw, they privately tell the company, they give them a grace period, usually about 90 days to fix it, and only then is it made public. It is the complete and total opposite of the secret world of stockpiling.
So, what does this all add up to? Well, when you put it all together, the secret flaws, the billion-dollar market, this government dilemma, what you get is a modern, invisible arms race. It's a constant, hidden battle to find and control the digital keys to our entire world.
And as you can see from this timeline, this isn't some theoretical threat. The attacks are real and they're escalating.
We went from destroying physical hardware with Stuxnet, to crippling global shipping with WannaCry, to burrowing into the core of government networks with SolarWinds, and then to the really personal invasion of Pegasus spyware, which can infect a phone without the user even clicking on a link.
And that right there is the big takeaway. This invisible arms race, it affects every single one of us. It impacts your personal privacy through spyware like Pegasus. It disrupts the flow of everything you buy. It threatens the power grids and water systems we all rely on. And it compromises the security of the very companies and governments that make up our society.
Which really leaves us with one last difficult question. As nations and criminals race to find the next secret digital weapon, hoarding these flaws for their own offensive power, we just have to ask, what's the true cost of all that secrecy? In this invisible arms race for digital secrets, what is the ultimate price of trying to stay one step ahead?